Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500 and welcome back to a new car day. Today we have gone back to BCA and we bought ourselves another little bargain. Now this car is a previously repaired Cat N. It's got a few little bodywork issues, nothing much to speak of. Obviously we'll have a good look at it when we get it back, but I'm off to BCA now. Need to change my clothes, get the train. It's a bit of an arduous journey, so I will see you when I get home. It's not that one, it's that one. EN11 EPL, there it is. Right, okay, we're back. What a nightmare that was. Got the car here. So my journey, you saw a bit in the tube station there. So I had to get a train to Victoria. I then had to get the Circle line to, where did I then go to? Liverpool Street. And then from Liverpool Street I was getting the overground to, can't remember where it was, so it's BCA Enfield, North London. And the Chesham train that I had to get, apparently there was a signal fault, so all the trains were cancelled going in on that line, in that direction. The next one was coming up at 11 o'clock, I had to be there between 11 and 12. The next one was coming up at 11 o'clock, no platform was shown. At 5 to 11, still no platform, still no update, still showing cancelled. So I went out of the station, and for the first time in my life, I got an Uber. Now it cost me £26 to get an Uber. My new best friend Mohammed got me there in record time. I got there at 8 minutes to 12, so in plenty of time. Never been to that branch before. Listened to someone having a row because they didn't want to pay for their storage charges. Nearly had to tell the bloke to wind his neck in, but the female member of staff, who was quite assertive, did it for me. Yeah, so I've driven the car home down the motorway. Nice and easy, all the way around the M20, not all the way around the M25, but around the M25 Essex, across the bridge into Kent. Took me probably 40 minutes, something like that, 35, 40 minutes. It looks all right, actually. It looks all right. So the BCA, I'll show you in a second, but the BCA said that there were paint issues on the rear quarter, there were paint issues, poor repair, it said, poor previous repair on the front bumper and the rear bumper. Now I've had a quick look, and I mean, as far as I can see, there's nothing. I don't know where they're coming from sometimes. So this was a Cat N in 2021. It is only a pop, and it's 2011, so it's quite an old one. I'll tell you before the end of the video how much I paid for it. Got it for quite a good price, I think. Let's show you the car. I'll say, apart from driving it home, I've not looked in the boot, I've not done anything, I've not looked under the bonnet. So we'll do that together. We'll do it now. Let's go. Okay, here it is. So as I say, previous Cat N, we don't know, of course, what that previous damage was. We have no idea whatsoever. So now on BCA, it pointed to this here, saying poor previous repair. I thought it was going to be like the whole bumper. That's an original bumper. That's not one that's been sprayed, I don't think. Nothing wrong with it. There is nothing wrong with that at all. So I don't know. They are quite finicky, I think. And looking at the, where was it? Rear quarter as well. This rear quarter, it said the same thing. There's nothing wrong with it. Absolutely perfect. And the same goes for the back bumper. Nothing wrong with the paintwork on that back bumper. Nothing. So there's no damage on this car whatsoever. Oh, I haven't looked at the seals actually. It didn't come up with the seals on BCA, but we'll have a look anyway. You never know. No, they're fine. So let's have a quick go round. So as we can see, as I said, those lights could do with a bit of polish. So they'll have a bit of a polish up. Probably do with a nice set of new number plates on it, which I normally do anyway. That light could do with a polish as well, so we'll probably do both of those. There are a couple of little stone chips on there, a little bit of rust, so we'll just touch those in. As I say, only a pop, so it's only got steel wheels on it with all 4 hubcaps are present, which is good. Apart from those little things on the bonnet, no issues with the bonnet, so there doesn't appear to be any alignment problems. As I say, we don't know where the damage was, do we? Door-wise, all fine. The roof is all fine. Rear quarter is all fine. Oh, tyres, let's have a look at the tyres. Oh yes, good tyre, virtually new. Have a look at this one. Yeah, not virtually new, but good 5mm probably. But this one, that's virtually new. And this one looks virtually new, if not new. Yeah, very nice tyres. Yeah, I don't know what make they are, can't see from here. Let's have a look in the boot, shall we? Open it. Right, what we got in here? Petrol cap mats, which actually look very similar to the mats that I put in the cars actually, which look alright. So we've got a service book in there, and we've got the V5. We've got no actual manual set. That's an empty box, I think. There's one in there, that's alright. Can you put that on then? We'll have to sort that out, that marking on there, we'll get rid of that. Obviously on the other side. Wiring looks alright. Well, I say it looks alright, the gator looks alright. Everything works as far as I know. Let's have a look in this side quickly. So we've got an MOT down here now. MOT history has brought up what we got here. GRP1 assured bill of Ricky. So this is We Buy Any Car. Sales executive. I don't know if there's anything in that envelope. No, empty envelope. We got the current MOT. Yeah, so let's just show you this. So headlamp lies slightly defective. Well, we've already spotted that. We'll polish those up. So we've got rear coil springs corroded. Shock absorber, near side rear and offside front. It's light misting. Offside front tyre, uneven wear across tread, we'll check that out. And exhaust has a minor leak of gases at the front. Downpipe to the flexi, so we'll get some gum around that if that's the case. Now I haven't looked underneath yet, obviously. Mind you, there you go, here's the mileage, 81,000, so it's not low mileage by any stretch. Not filthy, but a little bit grubby. So the seats will be cleaned, carpet's a bit manky down there, so we'll clean that. I'm hoping that the shocks and everything might have been done. Now, because it was only MOT'd in January last month, and it's then been traded in, obviously that's why it's gone to We Buy Any Car, I imagine they probably haven't had it done, so we will climb underneath in a minute and have a look. But I've driven it around the motorway and it drives beautiful. Now there is on tick over, when I first got it, I don't know if it's still doing it now after my little run, but on tick over it's a bit lumpy. And the clutch, whilst the clutch works all right, and I don't know if it's just because I'm used to a different clutch, but the clutch did feel a little bit spongy. No creaks, possibly needs a bleed, possibly needs the slave cylinder replacing. It might be all right. I don't know. Just maybe I need to get used to it. We need to look under the bonnet, which we'll do in a minute. Obviously, we don't know whether the cam belt's been done or not. Do we have a lock-in? Yeah, we've got a lock-in cap there. Let's get in and have a look. So, everything, there's no rips, as I say, it's a bit dirty. Got these stupid things on here. Anything else in the back? No, that's the thing. When you get salvage cars, you get stuff in them, don't you? You don't tend to with these cars. So, it's cold out there. So that looks like out there, that's had a new one that side, but not that side. For some reason they didn't change that, which needs changing. Just have a look to see if we've got a free CD. I haven't had the stereo on, so I don't know whether it actually even works. If music comes on, I will mute it. Searching. Yeah, okay, we'll turn that volume down. No CD. again, it's not a car that's been crashed, so yeah, no free CD. The gearbox all seems nice. So the clutch, I don't know, not sure about the clutch. Now let's just start it up and see if it's still a bit lumpy. A little bit. Yeah, it is. Drives fine, as I say. Just a little bit lumpy. So I think the first thing I will do is change the spark plugs. I haven't looked at that service history yet. We'll do that in a minute. As I say, with BCA, you know what you're getting, sort of, because it tells you about the services. I think it's had 4 or 5 services, something like that, in the book. Yeah, so it's definitely lumpy. You can feel it shaking just a slightly amount. Once you're going along, it's fine. Right, let's stop that engine. We'll pop the bonnet and then we'll have a look. Right. Yes, I think it's been done. Right, we got the blue mark on there and the sticker's gone. So I reckon that's been done. Aux belt, I'm trying to see. Doesn't look new, that aux belt. But what we'll do is we'll get underneath and we'll have a look at the we'll have a look at the cam belt from underneath, because you can see it underneath. I reckon that's been done. The fact that there's no sticker on there at all. I know Glenn, the mobile guy, he always takes the sticker off completely. I always look for it being peeled back. Chassis legs are all okay. Yeah, so I don't know what this was. What was cat in about this? Doesn't look like anything under here has been disturbed. This all looks original to me. Yeah, everything here looks original. Yeah, let me show you. Original battery. Oh no, it's not original battery, it's an X-side battery, so that's been replaced at some point. Let's have a look at see if we can see the thermostat. Yeah, that's not the original thermostat, I don't think. That looks like that's been done. Not brand new, but doesn't look like the original. We'll check the oil in a second. Black, but there's oil there. I didn't actually check it. I did take oil with me. I always take my jump pack and oil with me, but I didn't actually check it. Obviously we'll see what I've done. Actually, we need to look at the service book, don't we, see when it was last serviced. But let me just grab a rag and we'll check that oil. Well, that looks quite new actually. Let's just re-dip it. Can't see trying to see the, it's a black cased oil filter, so it's more difficult to tell when they're black. Not new, but it's not really black, so I don't reckon it's that long ago that's been done. Yeah, doesn't look that old actually. I reckon that's been recently done. I'm just going to go and get the service history out of the boot, and we'll stick it on there and we'll take a look at it. Bear with me one sec. Right, so we've got the V5 obviously. So the good thing about BCA cars, of course, is, I mean, although this is a damaged car, previously damaged car, we've got 2 keys, the normal sort of one remote key, and one ordinary spare. We've got the V5, and you do tend to get the service histories as well. So let's have a look, see how many stamps. Yeah, so 27th of the 6th, 2011, PDI and number plates, oil and filter change, 18,000 miles on the 27th of March the following year. 1st of March the following year, 33,000. All main dealer. The next one at 44,000, full service. In 2014, and then the next one was in 2017, which wasn't a main dealer. That's it. So I'm sure it's definitely been serviced before then, since then rather. So that's quite some time ago. So what we'll do is we'll print out the MOTs, and then we'll do the usual phone calls around and see what we can find out. So 54,000 miles is the last recorded service. Now there's no way that was been done then. And of course, since then, I reckon that cam belt's been done. But I say we will check that. We'll get underneath on the first video on this car. This is just a walk around, of course, and then we'll have a look at it. We'll obviously take the wheels off, check the brakes. We don't know what the brakes are like, and we need to get underneath, which I'm going to do in this video, and have a look at those shock absorbers at the back and the springs. Now, I have bought some shocks and I've bought some springs. I'm hoping I'm not going to need them. Not that it's any great grief doing it, but they often come up. Not so much the weeping. I probably will change those unless they've been changed. But I've often had remarks on the MOT saying that the rear springs are corroded, and yeah, it's surface rust. That's what happens. They're not rusty. They don't need replacing. So if that's the case, we'll just clean them up. I have bought some brand new ones, aftermarket, not original, but if we need to, we'll change them. I'm going to have a look at the front suspension. I don't intend to do that because it was only an advisory. This is going to be a cheap car, so I'm not going to go over the top on it. It's going to be a quick turnaround, hopefully. Obviously, we've got to find what's going on with that. Where I was going to say it's hunting. It's not hunting. It's just a bit rough on tick over. That's all. Hopefully, we can figure out what that is. Might be a sensor. Hopefully not. We'll run some diagnostics on it. We'll change the spark plugs. That'll be the first thing I'll do. So I think what we'll do is a full service on it. We'll do oil filter, air filter, spark plugs. And then we can obviously we'll do the earth strap. We'll have another look at that clutch thing, which is probably the original. Let me just have a look. Oh, you probably can't see it down there. Yes, you can. Actually, you know what? That's not the original. I reckon that's been replaced before. But whether it needs replacing again or not, I don't know. Possibly. As the fluid level's a bit low, actually. They could do with topping up. So it might need a bleed, possibly. But we'll get that topped up sooner rather than later. So yeah, you can't actually see anywhere as to where this has been repaired. Nowhere stands out obvious. Wings don't look out of alignment at all. The gaps are all okay. The bumper looks fine. Yeah, don't know. Nothing obvious at all. Yeah. Could have been a dunk in the back, couldn't it? Bumper's good. I mean, they could be replacement bumpers, of course. But there's nothing wrong with that paint. I don't know what BCA are on sometimes, but don't bother me. But that's paintwork wise, nothing needs doing whatsoever. We'll give it a polish. Apart from that, I might get some new. I think I will get some new number plates. I don't like those old number plates. Yeah, I think it's pretty good, to be honest. So hopefully cam belt won't need doing. Service, clean up those lights, polish them up. We'll check that tyre that it mentioned that's about uneven wear. If it needs it, we'll get a new one of those. I think that's probably that one, wasn't it? I can't remember which side it was now. But that's the one that's about 4 mil. So if that's uneven, yeah, I know what. Probably the reason that there is uneven wear is, tracking needs doing. The tracking is out. The steering wheel is almost at 1 o'clock, so very, very slightly out. So that will need doing. I'll get that down to the old Tyre Pros place down the road. Get them to do that. They do that for me for 40 quid. But obviously we'll have a look at all the suspension and everything once we get it up in the air, get the wheels off, clean the brakes up, check the brakes. If the brakes need doing, we'll do the brakes. As I say, it was MOT'd a month ago, literally a month ago, less than a month ago. So the brakes haven't come up as an advisory, so we have to assume they're probably going to be all right, but we'll give them a clean up anyway. I am just going to go and, this is going to be a short walk around, however, I'm going to get the torch. We're going to have a look at those springs, so I'm just going to lay down on the floor. I'm going to have a look at those. Yeah, so shocks have not been replaced, so we will do those. You can just see that they're really dirty. Now springs, let's have a look at that side. There's nothing wrong with that spring. Doesn't even look corroded to me. Usual thing on the crusty old beam. We'll give that a wire brush. But that spring does not. It's a bit more difficult to see that one, but from what I can see, that doesn't need doing either. Nah. So we'll do the shocks, but not the springs. I wonder sometimes about these MOT testers as well. Just looking at those tyres from here. Can't see anything untoward with those front tyres. You probably can't see it. Maybe it is the left actually. I can't remember which one it was. No, I think it's the near side one, not the offside. That's not something hanging down at the front, by the way, in case you thought it was. That's the legs of my tripod. But no, it all looks good actually. It looks very good. It's an 11 plate as well. It's had a new exhaust as well. That exhaust is quite new. And it looks like the pipe as well is quite new. So we'll have to look at that leak that's at the front. Maybe they might have had that done, you never know. Although they haven't had the shocks done, so probably not. Yeah, so I don't anticipate there being very many videos of this. Maybe just the one, probably, after this one. We'll make a little list of what we need to do. And we will put it up on a board on the garage, which I haven't yet got, but I am going to get. Possibly a new tyre this side. Spark plugs, oil, filters, number plates, polish the headlights, clean the interior, get the tracking done. That's about it, isn't it? And clean it. Yeah, don't think there's any more to tell you about, really. Pretty good. Pretty good. What do you think? Oh, name-wise, I thought I'd call it Ernie. I know it's a bit of a... not the best, but... yeah, Ernie. Project Ernie. So let me know what you think of Project Ernie. You don't know what I paid for it, do you? Shall I tell you? Right, I'm going to tell you, but have a guess what you think I paid for this. So it's not a bargain, but I thought it was a pretty good price. So it's 2011 with 81,000 miles on it. Pretty good condition, previous Cat N. I'm just trying to think what I would sell this for. I reckon I could sell this for... I reckon 250 as a nice cheap runabout. If I can get it up to spec with, you know, the running of it and what have you. I reckon 250. It's got a year's MOT. It's got a service history. Going to service it. I reckon the cam belt's been done. If not, we'll do it. So I haven't got to really spend very much money on it. So the hammer price was £1,000. Including fees, it was 1,300 and something. So 1,300 quid. I don't reckon, all being well, and I haven't got to do a cam belt, maybe a tyre, I can't see me spending more than about £150 on this. Spark plugs, service items, tyre, that's about it. So I can't really see, it cost me £26 for an Uber from Liverpool Street, but apart from that, I can't really see. Oh, the shocks, they were like 30 quid or something for the pair, something like that. They weren't very much. Nothing else, I don't think. The rest of it's just time and cleaning and so on. So yeah, let me know what you think. 250, do you reckon? I think that's a good price for a nice cheap ride. It is only a pop. I have ordered another one of those Carper Ride screens. So depending on how much money I have to spend, I might put it in here. Can't remember what it cost me now, just around the £100 mark I think it was. It's a different one to the one I put in this car. That was the one I got for free, but this time I bought one, so it's longer, but not so wide that way, so it'll take up less space. What I did find in this one was when I hang a air freshener from the mirror, it got in the way of the screen. So I've put it around the gear stick instead. But yeah, I haven't got, that hasn't come yet. I don't know when it's going to come, but this one is hopefully going to be sold today. So then we'll crack on with this one. The red one can sit on the drive for a little bit longer. I'll just get this one done out of the way and get this one sold. So yeah, I reckon quick turnaround, probably make about 800 quid profit. Something like that, maybe a bit more. What do you think? Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know what you think is a good price for this. I think 2,250. I don't think below 2 grand. I think 2,250. I reckon I can sell it for 2,250. Whether I put that Carper Ride in it or not, I think I could probably sell it for 2,250. There's other things I could do as well. I might put some of those blue lights in the footwell just to tie it up a little bit as well. Spend a little bit of time doing that. But yeah, let me know what you think anyway. So that's your walk around on Project Ernie. Thanks for watching. As always, don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, click on the button, subscribe to the channel, and until the next one, take care, stay safe, and we will see you soon.